Personal projects taught me how to take a strong image, but through Photowalks, I learned my personal style. By the end of this video, we'll be able to figure out if you need to continue with the consistency of your Photowalks or you need to start your own personal project. And as a bonus, I'll share how I set up my photography projects so that you have a template to go off of and you can start from there. When choosing between starting a photo project or continuing your Photowalks, the most important thing that you have to ask yourself is what will help you instantly. I believe that photo projects will allow you to hone in your personal style and show a developed collection of work, while a photo walk will allow you to explore more, but you get that personal style in the long run by sifting through photos. Both of these tools are extremely valuable to improving your photography skills, but before we jump into that, we have to break something down first. We must define what a good photo is to us. For me personally, a great image always has composition, lighting, contrast, and some form of storytelling. No matter what, when I'm looking on Pinterest, going through Instagram, when I feel as though I resonate with a photo, they typically check off a few of these boxes. One of the first advantages of the photo walk is the fact that gear does not matter. You can get up and walk out of your house right now and start your journey. Once again, gear is not a factor because what you're trying to figure out here in your photo walks are the things that you're interested in, what you gravitate towards, and then also how to properly frame it in a way that you enjoy it. What makes it more compelling, what makes the composition more interesting to your eye, and how you can replicate that over several different subjects. When I initially picked up my camera, I was lost. I understood the importance of shutter speed, ISO, and aperture, but I had no idea truly on how to take a good photo. One of the advantages that I had starting off is that I would take pictures of anything that was interesting to me. And this is very good because you'll always be prepared for a great photo when it pops up. But I was kind of lost in that way. When I got my film back and it was a bit flat, I didn't let that hinder me. I made sure that I continued walking around Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, snapping away at everything that truly interests me. But after a while, I got a collection of photos, and I was able to connect what was good about them and what was bad about them. And it seemed as though I leaned towards certain photographers more than others. I definitely wasn't a Winogrand, I definitely wasn't a Bruce Gilden, but I was closer to a William Eggleston. And the thing that was the connection was the day-to-day lifestyle shooting. I didn't want to take pictures of crowds or be in the element. I wanted to be on the fringe. I wanted to see the things that people would overlook and snap that. And then also make sure that when I do have something, it's not tons of people in it. It's just the people that are needed. And this was a great highlight to my story. So I want to take a moment and pause here. Do you have that collection of photos that I spoke of? If not, you have to go outside, you have to take pictures, you have to just take in more. But if you do, go to that collection, make sure that you sift through them, the good on the left, the bad on the right, figure out what you dislike from that bad group. Let's stay away from that. And then figure out what you like about these good or okay photos. See where they connect, see if it's subject, its composition, its color, its contrast, and then try to emulate that going forward. I think that this is a great exercise overall because it's taking information that you've already had and pushing it forward. And then we can do the same thing later and make it even stronger. The way that I enhanced my photo walks for me personally was switching to digital. Switching to digital allowed me to have way more shots without having to develop them or worry about money. And then also gave me low light capabilities that I wasn't able to get with my Minolta X700. I also figured out that I love the 50mm. And what made it so special for me is that it is narrow enough where you can isolate a subject, but keep some form of context in. But it's also not telephoto or too narrow that you have to back up so far away from your subject to actually capture it. After finding that comfort with my photo walks, I decided to step into photo projects. And the two projects that I've made are hand-painted signage and show and tell. The latter being about creatives in their own personal space or studio or whatever they create in, and getting to know more about that artist. I wanted to make sure that this project honored Dan Arbus, Vivian Myers, and August Sander because of the way that they shot, the way they isolated their subject matter and made it feel special, but they were also in a familiar area of their own. First, you'll start off with your mission. You'll have to outline what your project is and why you want to do it. You need to know the goals that you're going to achieve, and then you need to know a time frame that you have for this project. Second would be your vision. You need to know what your project's going to be in the future and what it might look like in the ending. What's your overall idea and concept from start to finish? Lastly, values. What are the unifying pieces that bring this together? What are your rules, restrictions, or boundaries that bring the whole project into one unified piece? This layout showed me how to make interesting photos that are slightly staged, thought out, and put together. And these three factors are all displayed within my pictures with Marlena the painter. Now that we identified where we are, will you continue the photo walk so that you can better understand your personal style, or do you believe that it's defined enough for you to start a personal project? Let me know some of the ideas that you have down in the comments, or if you don't want to tell me that because you want to do it yourself, just let me know what side of the fence you fall on. While you figure that out or type it down in the comments, check out this video. There might be more that you're interested in on this channel.